To, bro, you got 2 minutes. Big up, man. Abson, Craig show, Sunday morning, hitting you up early, people. Yeah, before the afternoon thing. Yeah, man, it's just an early morning show. Me and Craig doing our thing. You know, what can I say, man? I've had time to sleep, man, and just chill out and stuff, man, from yesterday. And before we get into it, how you been, Craig, man? It's been a while.
I've been busy, man. I've been good, man. Just been busy working, man. How you been?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too bad, you know, bro. I'm not too bad, man. Went gym this morning, leg day. You know how we do.
Of course.
My leg's gonna be hurting come later on, but just trying to keep up the gym thing as well. You know,
very, very important.
Yeah, definitely, and try and eat good. And obviously, as you know, Ramadan's gonna be starting probably next week, so I'm gonna try and do the gym thing and fast as well. So I want to lose a bit of body fat and stuff like that, and all them kind of things there. Because you know what, yeah, our show isn't just about Arsenal, mainly about Arsenal, but you know what? There's also aspects of life that obviously we know each other as well. We talk and all that kind of thing as well. So, yeah, man. But on a real though, yesterday my head was hot. My head was hot yesterday, bro. I don't know about you, brother.
I was vexed,
brother. The way these man, yeah. The thing is, do you know what? First of all, foremost, congratulations to Graham Potter and to West Ham for doing a double over us 2 seasons in a row. You know what I mean? Double, another double. I think Graham Potter's got a record of like 4 wins out of 5.
Yeah,
playing against Arsenal. So his record's decent. But we're gonna need to talk about things, bro, because yesterday was a chance for Arsenal to kind of close the gap.
Yeah.
Obviously, Liverpool play Man City today. So if Liverpool were to drop points, the gap would have been closed, you know, to I think about 5 points or something like that. But we failed again. This time we went even further though, bro. we lost. We actually lost 1-0. Bowen header. We talk about the lead up to the goal and everything like that in a moment. No striker. Marino started yesterday. What is going on with this club, brother, man? I'm gonna let you talk for a P-Share. What is going on? What is going on at Arsenal, man? I'm gonna let you say what you got to say.
Falling backwards. Like for the last 2 seasons, I finished in second, not winning anything. We've gone backwards this season, very backwards. Like we knew in the summer that other teams are going to get stronger. We know Liverpool are going to get stronger this season because they've got a new manager. The new manager affects all seasons to work with football clubs. We've gone backwards this summer. Like the recruitment's been poor, no signs in January. And we knew that we only had one fit striker, or if you call him a striker. And we got a young kid on the bench as well yesterday. It was a striker, Nathan, I think it's striker. Arteta didn't even bring him on for the last 20 minutes or so to see if he could get a goal. Kept on playing with Mikel Marino, who yes, last week he bailed us out. Let's give him credit where credit's due. He bailed us out last week. But I knew yesterday was going to be a different game against a solid West Ham defence. You need against West Ham, then defenders are not quick. So you need someone with pace. And the young striker on the bench got pace, so he could run in behind and do his thing in it. And when I saw that Mikel Marino was starting up front, I thought, nah, he should be he should start on the bench and then bring him on as an impact. So when the game is like when the legs are tired, so he could kind of do his thing. I would have started him in a game where, and when he was getting the ball, he was dropping into midfield. So basically, we had a false nine yesterday. There was no striker up front at times because he was dropping deep to win the ball, thinking he's playing centre mid. But to be honest with you, the club's in shambles. Like me and my brother were talking about it last night. Like we were talking about WhatsApp. He was saying last night. The first time I say this, like he's a loyal Arsenal fan, but he was saying that end of the season they need to change the manager. And it's not like him to say that because he's very loyal and he knows his football in it. Like, and the way he said it last night, it kind of made me think, you know what? I have to agree with him as well, like, because he's saying that, like, how many times are we going to continue challenging and not winning anything? Like, and the players, he was saying last night, basically broke it down, saying that players are going to leave. Players will leave because players want to win trophies. The biggest trophies are out there to be won, and we're not challenging, and we're not trying to win trophies. Players like Saliba will leave, Gabriel might leave, Saka eventually will leave, Martinelli will leave. A lot of the top players in the club will leave because then they're ambitious and their careers. Football career is a very short career. If you're lucky, you get 10, 15 years career if you're very fortunate, or maybe longer. And we're not showing ambition as a club. Arsenal's supposed to be one of the third biggest clubs in England, and we're not showing any ambition. Like, what's the point of saying we've won all these trophies in the past, and the last couple of years we've won is one FA Cup in the last 5 years? Man United, in the worst run ever, have won 2 trophies in 2 years. That's in their worst run ever, their worst era right now, and we've only won 1 trophy. It's a joke. Like, it's not serious, and I think fans need to start thinking, like, you know what? We need to start protesting against the owners if they're not going to back the club or put more money in the club, because they're bleeding the club dry with their money. They're taking all that money out, taking out loans on the club and selling their money to America or whatever they do with their money. It's not going into the infrastructure of the club. Like, we need players. We need a big bench. We need a big squad. We only have 22 man squad, and we've got, I think, 5 or 6 players injured at the moment, or long-term injuries. Got players out on loan who are injured as well. So it goes to show that we're not really learning from past mistakes of rebuilding the squad or like resting players. Like, look at Wanyeri. I think Wanyeri came off yesterday with cramp. We had cramp yesterday. We can't be dependent on a 17-year-old to carry us from now and 10 of the season. That's pathetic. And he got, like, I know a lot of people were kind of not happy with Lewis Skelly yesterday, but I'm not blaming him for the red card because end of the day, I look at it like this. Your 18-year-old kid is your first season in professional football. You should not be playing the amount of games you've been playing recently. You should have been rested yesterday. You could have brought on somebody else at left back, or maybe Kieran Tierney or someone like that left back, just to give the kid a rest and then play in the Forest game. Now he's going to be missing for 3 games now, important games that we need him for. So it's certain things like that. You look into it and you think, you know what? Maybe a manager was a bit naive yesterday, could have done this change, could have done that change at the right moments. Like, And it goes to show that the manager doesn't know. It looked like he'd losing the dressing room now. I feel some of the players are down in tools. Odegaard is down in tools. He's the captain of the club. He's not performing, not taking shots on target. Since he's come back from his injury, he's not been the same player. He's been poor. And that's how many games he was out injured for a long time. He came back, he's been poor. I don't remember the best game he's had since he's been back from injury, to be honest with you. We've been carrying him, and he's the captain of the club. So if you're the captain of the club, you should be getting us out of there. We shouldn't be losing 1-0 to West Ham at home. We should be getting the equaliser and going for the winner. So, yeah, I think I've done now.
Boy, so much to unpick about what you said, man. So much to unpick, man. It's just like, you know, a lot of people would question Arteta and the players, but there's a lot of people out there also that are gonna be on this. Well, we're gonna wait for the summer. You know, there's some players that are possibly coming in. You know, all the hype. You know what we heard about Zubimendi, Nico Williams, and possibly a striker. Do you think it's always the same old story every summer, where we don't do well during the season, and then it's always hype like for next season FC?
I'm tired of next season FC, man. How many years I've been saying, "No, next season we're going to be better. Next season we're going to be better." Every season we say that other teams are getting stronger and stronger. Let me tell you this, for example: if Newcastle can spend the money, they're Newcastle one of the richest clubs in the league. If they can start spending the money that they've got from revenue, they will cook. They'll win the league before we win the league again. I'm telling you, honestly, they'll win the league before we win the league again. If they can spend the money that they can spend, and they can keep Isaac and keep Gomes and all them good players, they will. And Tonali's a baller, you know. If they can cook, and get them players, the right players in that team, yeah, they will challenge for the title and they'll go and win it eventually. Like Man City did back. And when Man City first had the money, they were struggling and they got the UEFA Cup. Then they got Champions League. Then they brought in a better manager than Mark Hughes. They brought in Mancini. What did Mancini do? Win the league. Brought Aguero, won the league. Brought Tevez, won the league. I'm telling you, if Newcastle can get their act together and they can deal with this PSR nonsense, they will cook and they'll dominate for a long time. How Man City dominate? They'll dominate it because they've got the money and they've got the infrastructure. We don't have. I don't know if the owners care about money or what. I don't think they care, because we should not be. We should be investing heavily in the squad, proper players. Like we bought Declan Rice for 100 million. That was a statement signing. Why can't we go buy a £100 million striker and say this is a statement signing? None of this. Let's go for Sesko. He's a young kid. They're gonna take 10 years to develop. We need an instant player. Someone like an example. Say lost Tino Martinez at Inter Milan. He's an impact. Like he would be an impact signing because he's an international, 27 years old. That type of striker. Someone like, just throw the money down on by Isak. Throw the money down on by Gokeres. Someone like, or is Osimhen, who's doing well. Or someone like. That's what like that.
Definitely. Sorry, I'm just gonna put the stream into subscribe mode so only subscribers can jump in. Yes. For me, and I'll be straight, yeah, I think yesterday's game is on the manager and the players. We went out. There's something about Arsenal, yeah. When you've been watching them for a long time, that especially the Emirates, in the first 5-10 minutes, you kind of get a feel of what type of game it's going to be. And we started that game slow, proper slow, yeah. And my issue during this week, and I spoke about it, you can go back to my streams. I said starting Mourinho against this West Ham is going to be a problem. And the reason why it's going to be a problem is because he doesn't have pace and he won't be able to, get in from behind. And if you watched the game yesterday, even though West Ham in the first half They played with a low block. They also was times where they, do you know what? Graham Potter put his players up high. Do you know what I'm saying? Put his defenders up high, because Mourinho, all he was doing is when the ball was coming to him, lose control, couldn't really do much, and everything was coming to him in the air. And he got so frustrated that he just kept fouling West Ham defenders. You know, so literally it was just stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. So I knew throughout the week, yeah, starting Mourinho would be a problem, because he's not a proper outlet. He's not a forward, you know. Yes, Trossard didn't perform last week well in that number 9 or false 9 position. You know, he should have occupied. He probably was better on the flanks, but you know, and big up to Early Doors in the building. He says, big up Abs and Craig, man. Big up to Tony in the building, man. Thank you for popping through, man. We're just in pain right now, so we're just talking about it. Yeah. So as I was saying, West Ham came with a game plan, you know, and big up to them. They had a game plan. I'm not going to say West Ham are a bogey team, but they definitely knew what they was doing yesterday. And my problem is with the manager is that, and the players, so to speak, is that there was no change in it. There was no form of formation change. There was nothing really changing. It was like, we are the Arsenal. We're gonna play as we're used to playing at the Emirates. And I get that to a part, yeah. But the thing is, we have bare bones right now, so you kind of like need to tweak it, change it around. And for me, the manager didn't change it around. So, for example, I'm going to start naming and shaming players. Yeah, our captain Odegaard, same predictable game. You know, not doing much for the ball, hiding. You know, not really great defensive duties. You know, he's all running around and all hard work and all that kind of stuff, but you need more from your creative players. You need more, and I didn't see enough from him. The only player I really saw something from yesterday was Trossard on the wing. You know, he was trying, but he was putting balls into the box, and there was no one there. There was absolutely no one there. But fair play to West Ham. They defended, you know, courageously. I didn't think it was too hard for West Ham, though. I'll be honest with you. Mm-mm. The game wasn't made hard for West Ham. And the way they got their goal is we were on the attack. Odegaard played a loose pass into the box. I can't remember who defended it, but they got the tackle and they just counter-attacked. Mm. Ball came to Wan-Bissaka. He was doing some mad step overs and jinky with Calafiori. Calafiori was just didn't know what to do. Should I go? Should I stay? Should I stay? Should I go? He puts in a beautiful cross, yeah. And this is when you play football, yeah. Those are the best crosses when you put that ball in between two defenders, yeah. Admittedly, Declan Rice, he kind of like both of the defenders were kind of ball watching. They were looking at the ball. Mm. Yeah. So Bowen, as what a striker should do, yeah, he's gone in between kind of thing, innit? Mm-hmm. In that space. And he's got in there and he's headed it, and it was a beautiful goal. And that was it. All West Ham had to do is just shut up shop. You're not scoring past us today. We could have played another 2-3 hours and we wouldn't have scored. And that effectively is the title for us. And I think West Ham done the same thing to us last season. They messed up our momentum in going into the title for the title this last season as well. So yeah, it was very disappointing. What you got to say about that?
I agree with you about the goal. The goal was a mistake. Odegaard gave the ball away, and Saliba was way up the pitch. Saliba was away in the centre forward box, and it was countered. But one thing I understand is Calafiori is Italian, yeah, and Italian defenders was one of the best in the world. They were always Italian back in the day. You got old school guy, you know, your football. Italian defenders were always the best defenders in the world. Like they were very good at defending. So you're telling me Calafiori, who's Italian, can't defend against Wan-Bissaka? If someone's doing step overs against you, you close them down, narrow the angle, close them down, push them towards the corner flag, push them towards the throwing line, muss them off the ball. Don't make him have a long. He sprint. I think Wan-Bissaka sprinted from the halfway line all the way to the front across the wall. So you're telling me Calafiori couldn't just be smart and try and put a tackle in, even put a leg in at least, and kind of jockey him at least before he gets across him. By the time he got to the edge of the box across the ball in, Calafiori, he's not going to do anything. Gave up. To be honest with you, I've been very disappointed with Calafiori this season. He's been injury prone. When he plays, I think he's better as a sub, to be honest with you, than a starter. I don't think he's a good starter, to be honest with you, because when he starts matches against teams with pace, that's twice happened in this season. That was against West Ham. Who was the other team he played against and he just outpaced him? There was another team he played against this season. The same thing happened. He got outpaced and they scored for him. Was it Man United? Or one team played this season.
It was Man City. Man City this season, the 2-2 draw. He got literally done by Savinho.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was telling. So his defensive duties, he's not great. He's not great at the back.
Not great defending. You think someone that we pay 42 million from, you think someone that should be able to defend? You got a young kid, Lewis Skelly, could defend better than that. Kieran Tierney could defend better than that. So it goes to show with recruitment again. Like we're buying all these players in, but are they really helping or they hindering the club? And I think they're hindering the club. Look at Tommy Asu, for example. Off topic, but he's out for the season now. Only played one game this season. So we're bringing in these players to improve the squad, but they're not really improving the squad. They're just doing the opposite. So,
and we're going to talk about that shortly. But remember what we spoke about this earlier. Yeah, Potter knows how to play at the Emirates. This is his 4th win out of 5 with 3 different teams. Yeah. So yeah, he definitely knows how to play against the Emirates. Played at the Emirates. Rice looked 6 times at Bowen, not 3 times a lady, but 6 times. Yeah, at Bowen. Yeah, and still allowed him to header into the net. And Saliba also wasn't at the races yesterday.
He's tired.
So he's tired. Yeah. This is getting tiring though. As a fan, and people gonna say, "Oh, he's being reactionary. That it's the first game they've lost at the Emirates. You know, we've only lost 3 games this season." For me, that's the sign of someone that don't want to win titles when they have that type of attitude. Because I want to win every single game. I don't want to lose games. I don't want to draw games.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're chasing. Liverpool, I think they're going unbeaten in, is it 23 or 24 games or something like that? Some crazy record.
They've only drawn
6 games or something.
Games, yeah. They've only drawn 6 games and
lost on the table. Yeah, they've drawn 7 games and lost 1 game.
And not 1 game. That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. And the thing is, no one's. To be honest, when you look at it. Who's actually challenging Liverpool? Because we're not challenging Liverpool. We've been 5, 6, 7 points the whole season. Literally the whole season we've been behind them. I think there was a gap of like 3, 4 points at one stage. But apart from that,
if they win today, the title's theirs. It's theirs to lose. We're gonna.
I think
it's over now. Honestly,
I think it's over anyway. I think it's over before they've even kicked a ball today. They could lose today, and they still win the title for me. They still win the title for me, as far as I'm concerned. They've got Newcastle next, I know, but we've got Nottingham Forest next, and Forest away And Forest are going to give us a much bigger challenge, I think, than West Ham. And that's no disrespect to West Ham. But Forest are where they are for a reason. You know. Obviously, playing against West Ham as well is also like a London derby as well. But it also hurts as well. And you know what? I don't hate West Ham fans. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, my old man, he was a hammer in it. So do you know what I mean? I wouldn't say it's my second love or anything like that, but you know, I always want West Ham, you know, to do well.
Yeah.
You know, in a season, and obviously you got early doors here as well. So, but yeah, that did hurt, and I wasn't angry at West Ham beating us. I was more angry at the players' application and their attitude.
Definitely.
Going into that game. That's why I named this title "No Leadership, No Discipline," and no heart. Because for me, it's the same thing year upon year upon year. Do you know what? We've got Rice in our team, yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, Rice is a guy that, you know, he wears his heart on his sleeve. You know, he's obviously a player that puts his all into every game. And, you know what I'm saying? He might not have the best games, you know, every time, but you can see he loves, do you know what I mean? He loves his football. He's got passion, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Definitely.
But some of the other players in his team, yeah, sorry, but they're just getting paid, yeah, to do what? To do what?
Yeah, just to walk around, fashion. They do more.
It's not even just walking around. It's like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? And you know, my voice is starting to like go up a little bit now because I'm starting to get a bit wound up now. Last week against Leicester, we were poor. We got away with it with 2 goals. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this week, and this is how I know, yeah, how this manager hasn't got loads of ideas, because there was opportunities to try out other things this week. I remember I got lambasted last week for asking if Mourinho should start this week. And then I'd done my analysis during the week and I said, no, he shouldn't start this week because of X. I gave so many different reasons why I think he shouldn't have started. Not based on him scoring 2 goals, based on what he is as a midfielder, based on what is his attributes. Because Arsenal typically aren't a team that cross the ball constantly, you know, and header. We're not that type of team. We're a team that likes to build up. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Pockets, movement, through balls, finish, goal. That's the type of team we are. Obviously, you know what, yeah, when we're desperate, we do the crossing thing. But even Mourinho, yeah, even Mourinho in the air is not that great. I don't think he's that great in the air. And this Saturday showed the vulnerabilities. Now, I will know by the Forest game, if he doesn't start Mourinho, that this guy's panicking. Because it's almost like he's just switching every week now, switching. He might well start Mourinho again. But I don't think it's but I don't think it's an excuse. I'll just carry on talking, people. I don't think it's a reason because he's got height and because he's this and he's got that. We had someone on the bench. Was it a Butler Deji guy or whatever his name is? He's an actual number 9, an academy Haylender. Why aren't we bring him on the pitch? He's an actual striker that we could have used yesterday. Even if it was for 5-10 minutes, we could have brought on this young striker. And this is what I'm saying. You give your young striker a little bit of experience. The game is literally lost. Yeah. We're not scoring. Bring him on. Yeah. He gets a little bit of experience. He gets to know what it's like playing against a rugged, determined, street smart West Ham. Rather than keeping on someone that's not gonna impact the game in any way. I don't understand why we didn't do that. I didn't understand also is what. Sorry, I'm getting passionate. I'm raising my voice. I didn't understand always also why we started with Calafiori when we had Ethan that could have started. Sorry, not Ethan. Sorry, Skelly. Why did we not start with Skelly? He's been playing brilliant as a left back. So why didn't we start him?
Yeah.
Why didn't we start him? Because that kind of messes up his flow, innit? He's coming on mid-game. We're chasing the game. Obviously, the ball breaks to Kudos. He doesn't know what to do, and then bam, it's a red card. We can question the red card and all that kind of stuff. The fact is, he got sent off, and that's another player that's going to be out now. Questions need to be asked of the manager, about yesterday's starting lineup, our application within the game, our tactics within that game. These things need to be thrown back at the manager. Take your top gooner hat off for a moment. Anyone who is one, you can be one as much as you like. Think about the game that we just lost yesterday. Let me just go through a couple of these comments. Big up to Into the Box, my brother Ben in the building. He says, big up you, man. He says, good to see you and you again, Craig.
Big up in the box.
Yeah, real one, this one, you know. And he's Into the Box says, I'd rather Ethan start up top and Marino Butler to come on the 60.
That's what I'm saying, because he can play that role as well. Simple.
This is what I'm saying, yeah? This guy doesn't manage any football team that I know of anyway. But he has common sense.
Yeah.
Common sense can take you very far in life. Look at that. Look what he says.
I'd rather Ethan start up top with Marino Butler to come on 60. I would have done that yesterday as well. I even would have started the young kid yesterday as well. Or just start him, give him at least 45, 50 minutes with his pace, tire up the West Ham defence. Then you bring on Marino to the bot to knock a couple goals in. I thought yesterday, if he had started with the guy up front, the Butler up front, that would have given West Ham problems. They'd have been on the back foot. But because Marino kept on dropping so deep into midfield, the defenders had a field day. They can push Wan-Bissaka forward. They can push the other left back forward because they knew that Marino's got no pace, can't run in behind, innit? So if they had like a Butler or even an Ethan Ranieri up front, they know they got pace. They would never want to have a 1v1 in it. As soon as a counter attack on a 1v1, then West Ham would have to say, you know what, Wan-Bissaka, drop back in defence. Left back, drop back into defence. Then they have to make it a back five, or you know what I mean? They'll have to compact the defence. It was too easy. It was like watching kids versus men yesterday. That's how it was. We were like kids, and West Ham were like grown men bullying Marino. So it goes to show like that's naivety of the manager. He doesn't. I don't know if he even looks at tactics before matches or if he thinks properly, because we're not managers and we could see as football man that we know our football in, we know our stuff in it. We knew that we need pace up front against West Ham, and they're gonna do a low block as well. They're gonna come to the Emirates and give us that. Obviously, we battered them away from home. That's under different management. They're gonna come to the Emirates with a bit more steel and a bit more grit about them. They're gonna wanna get a goal on the counter attack and then shut up shop. Why did he bring on the striker yesterday? That's the question I want to ask him. Why did he bring on the striker yesterday?
And also, Arteta mentioned as well in his press conference that the young strikers have been training with the first team, and they are looking like literally ready. That's what he was saying. So, and this is the second time. This is the second or third time, I think, or throughout the season, this Deji guy has been on the bench. He came on at PSG, obviously, with seconds to go.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to like start playing these players, because you've got no real alternative. I don't want to see Marino up top unless, do you know what I mean? As Into the Box said, it's the last 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes of a game where obviously that striker's like burnt out, you know what I mean? Obviously, because he hasn't got any games under his belt, and you know, stepping up from that lower tier to, you know, Premier League is a massive step up.
Yeah.
I just want to read out this comment, but I'm going to bring up Arteta's post presser after every word in details, and we're gonna analyze that in a moment. So into the boxes, Arteta is out of his depth. Martin Odegaard isn't the captain. I'm gonna ask you this one here. This one here. This here, Martin Odegaard isn't a captain. Before I go any further, what you got to say on Martin Odegaard? Because I heard you say anything really about him.
He's not a captain. I think the captain is weighing on him now, man. It's really weighing on him now. I thought that also should make a decision. I'll give it to Gabriel or give it to Declan Rice. Those are two ones I'll give it to. I'll say because I thought if you take the captain away from Martin Odegaard, it'll free up his game, make his game better. Because he's been thinking out the joint a lot recently, like a lot from injury. So I'd rather take the armband off him and give him less responsibility in the team. And if he doesn't perform, well, that's the problem. We have no players to. The thing that Arteta's done here, he hasn't brought any player that can replace him in that position. That's what he's done. And I thought that if he had competition, he'll off his game. So I think strip the armband off him, give it to Declan Rice or Gabriel, because Gabriel's a real leader in that team. Gabriel or Declan Rice. Declan Rice captained England before. He's captain West Ham. He won a trophy with West Ham. So I would say he's a true leader. He leads by example. Give it to somebody. Look at Arsenal back in the past year. Let's go for example. Tony Allen was a captain for Arsenal for so many years. Proper leader. The guy was scoring big games. Proper leader. When was the last time Martin Odegaard scored in a big game that won us the game?
He scored in a PSG game, innit? A little tapping, I think, but that was it. I can't remember the last time. Was it Newcastle or something?
Man City the other day. Scored against Man City in that 5-1.
I scored against Man City.
The first goal. But obviously, it's more consistent. Like women need our captain to dig us out of a hole. He needs to be able to step up, and he has to be stepping up. So even look at when Tony Allen retired, they brought in Patrick Vieira. He was a proper leader, captain, big game player. Look how many goals he scored in a big game for Arsenal when he was captain of Arsenal. Odegaard doesn't do that. If Arsenal are not playing well, he falls into his shell. He's a captain. He should be lifting, like grabbing players by the scruff of the neck. He's doing this every minute and telling the fans to make noise. We're not going to make noise if you're playing crap. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it straight. If I go to the Emirates and I watch you playing and you're not playing well, I'm not going to be showing, oh, go on, no. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be thinking this is a waste of my money because why am I going to go to the Emirates and pay 80, 90, 100 pounds to watch a player not putting the effort in? And other players are doing more work than you. You just dribble, pass. Take a shot on target at least, man. Yeah,
bogey spinner. Yeah, and into the box says Skelly needs to have a think about his discipline. I agree with this actually because do you know what? He isn't a quite aggressive player.
Yeah.
And I think yesterday, is it fair to say he took one for the team?
Yeah.
That would have probably resulted in a goal. But yeah, he's a quite aggressive player, and he's had these warnings now, you know, like yellow cards and stuff like that. So he really kind of like needs to kind of think about it because
get it down a bit, innit?
Yeah, because he's a very good player, but he's not a good player if he's not on the pitch, and he's banned. So I agree with that. Ray needs to stay within 25 yards of his area. Oh, bro.
Oh, this guy from
Did you see what this guy done yesterday?
I know, I saw it.
On the halfway line.
I know.
Embarrassing, bro.
If you were playing up front right now, back in the day and you're playing against Ray and he's off his line, you'll just dink it over him. You little low for 40 yards.
That over him, bro. Embarrassing. California's a centre back. Yeah, Zinni is a DM. I don't know why we don't play him more in midfield, to be honest. You know, he's a very good passer. And Rice definitely needs help 100%.
I agree.
And this is what happens, man. When you haven't got like Declan Rice will run all day long. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but he needs players that are also going to be like able to like
on this wavelength,
pass and kind of thing. So that was another thing. But I'll just read out this comment from Into the Box, and then we go into things presser, and then we'll call it a day. Timber works as an attacking wing back because it overlaps. Calafiori and Skelly don't overlap, so Skelly is the DM to help Rice, in my opinion. We need a left back and a left winger in the summer, along with a striker and a right wing cover. I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
You know who would be a very good player? I know we couldn't afford him, yeah, but he would be a good midfield partner for Declan Rice. I don't know if you watched him the other day in Man City Real Madrid game. Valverde. If you get Valverde in that midfield, that midfield will cook. Valverde, Rice, and Odegaard, or Valverde, Rice.
Yeah.
That
Valverde's a wicked player.
Baller. I watched another day playing right. I thinking this guy, man. The first
Techers as well, isn't it? Technique and his passing is just on point, isn't it?
Guy can shoot from anywhere and it goes in the top bins. Is that good? I was saying in another group the other day, I was saying that if we get him, he'll be a massive upgrade in our midfield. I'm telling you.
No one ain't even thinking about those type of players, though. Arsenal are not even thinking about those type of players.
I know.
That's crazy.
Zubimendi, I rough it. He would be the one I'll go for if we could afford him. He don't want.
What is Zubimendi? Is he a defensive midfielder? Is he?
Yeah, but I don't really rate him. He played for Spain in the Euros last year. I don't really. He's another one. He comes to the Premier League. I don't want to be another Mikel Marino. You know what I mean? Come to the Premier League and can't do well.
Just can't. Yeah.
Someone like Valverde was definitely he's physical. He's a type of midfielder. Or someone like Camavinga or
Oh no, he just said Camavinga and Rice would slap.
Camavinga or even Tremaine as well. One of them midfield
yeah,
there as well. But I think Camavinga would be good for us, or even Valverde. But I think Camavinga would be easy to get. Him and Rice will cook it at midfield because Camavinga compares to number 6 and he compares to centre back as well. So
yeah,
if there's games where we've got injuries and whatever, he can play him centre back if anything. So he's very versatile. And he can play left back as well. So he's a versatile
interesting player. Man. Interesting the players like we're talking about, man. Because
that's the ambition Arsenal should be going for. None of these Zuma Mendy's are going to cost 50, 60 million, and 2 years later you're going to sell them for like 10 million. I'm tired of I'm tired of them type of players, man. Come on, man. How many years have we been saying let's go for them type of players? Like we need proper men, like not these potential who are going to be potential in 5 years' time. Like I want to win trophies now, man. I don't want to win it next.
Boy, that's the thing, man. We want to win trophies now, but it's becoming more and more distant for me because next season teams are going to get better. Teams are going to work us out even more. So, you know, yeah, Wirtz would be a dream, bro. Wirtz would be a dream. I'm telling these guys, Arsenal go for Wirtz. Yeah, I like Musiala as well. I would take both of them, but I like Wirtz, man.
I like Wirtz. Wirtz a finisher. He can score from anywhere.
Wirtz is a bad boy.
But he'll cost us for 100 million. Leverkusen's not going to sell it for more than 100 plus million anyway. So if we had to go for him, put the money down and get him, man.
What about Musiala, though? What about Musiala?
I rate Musiala. I love that guy. I think he's a great player as well. Both of them do well in our team. Like, where would you start both of them? I think Musiala can play on the left. Musiala can play on the left, and you can put Wirtz as a number 10. Just like,
the thing is, with this Odegaard thing now, yeah, he's like 25 now, yeah?
Yeah, 25, 26.
I personally, yeah, if a bid came in for him,
yeah,
a decent bid came in for him, I would look to sell him. And people might think, oh, you're crazy, Abs, man. You're crazy saying that.
Yeah.
I think because of this manager and the way we play, I just don't think it suits Odegaard currently.
No, definitely.
And I'll only keep Odegaard, yeah, if this manager was to go. But I don't think he currently suits our system. He scored 15 goals 2 seasons ago now, yeah, with an attacking philosophy.
Yeah.
Arteta doesn't play like that now. It's too defensive.
He's scared. Arteta's scared to let the handbrake off, basically. Like driving a big
car.
Yeah,
exactly. Do you know what?
Every 5 minutes. Like,
I'm seeing.
Let it off, man.
I'm seeing too many games, with Odegaard underperforming now, and it's becoming like a routine to me. It's not a thing of like, and I know I know you're looking tired, Craig. Yeah, we're gonna drop off soon. I'll just carry on because I want to read out the presser, so you can drop off anytime you want.
I'm not tired. This is what I'm talking about.
No problem. I've been preaching his name for years. 140 million buyout for him. Bro, if we had him and if we had 200 million, I will buy Works, and I'm buying a striker. I don't care if it's 60 million or whatever, I'm buying a striker like Osimhen or someone like that. I don't care because Works is like two players, basically. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He can do the work of two players and he can score goals as well. Big up to my main boy, my main supporter, AFC always is everywhere. Big up to AFC always, man, and he's got the jacket in it. He's got the fly. He's got the black one, the blacked out one. Yeah, I better be careful when I go out tonight, because I might see him doing up road. Yeah, I might see him on the corner with the Arsenal top, like, give me a fag, give me a ciggy, mate. Do you know what I mean? I might see him like on the road and that, so I might have to be careful because remember, AFC is everywhere, bro. Yeah. He's everywhere. I might go to the bus stop here and see man like that. But big up to AFC always, man. Every time, my guy. Big up to him. Sel Martinelli, Martin Odegaard, Tommy, Kivior, and players like that, and go for Theo Hernandez, Nico Williams, Zubamendi, Sesko, Rodrigo. Oh my God, Rodrigo on loan would be a treat.
Play on the left wing as well.
A treat.
Back on the right, that's a quality in this field right there, man. These are the players I'm talking about. AFC always says I'm angry about Odegaard. What I saw again was just shameless. Imagine having Works there. He'd take chances, not over. Carey wouldn't do all this useless flicks. This is what this guy was doing yesterday as well. Yes, it was.
We're not even a goal up, and he's doing all this. We do some flicks and tricks and get the crowd. Get out of here, man. Do that when we're like 3-4-0 up. But anyway, let me just share the presser, and we go for the presser. No please give into the box the keys to the castle, not the Newcastle, the keys to the Arsenal castle. Anyway, let's just go for the presser quickly and see what this fraud had to say after the game. So obviously we lost 1-0, and this is everything he had to say on the result. Very disappointed, obviously very angry as well. I think we have to congratulate West Ham for the victory, which we've congratulated them already, and the game that they played. But I think a lot on our side we never got right. It didn't allow us to get enough momentum, enough sequence of play with positive action that could deliver into situations of threat for there. And even though all the ball we had then, 20 shots, I never felt that we were at the standard or the level we needed to have more threat and then don't allow them to run. We lost a lot of balls, and we allowed West Ham to run into very dangerous positions. I kind of agree with that, but I think change that we lost a lot of balls to we didn't have the balls, and we weren't up for it, from the start to the finish, People can say we worked hard and we ran around, but I thought we ran around like headless chickens. West Ham had us locked off on being angry, because Arteta's a passive aggressive type of guy. He's got that smile on him, but deep down he was seething. We have to be. I hope we are very much because we didn't hit the levels today, and I'm very much responsible. I'm very angry. Did you hear that, guys? Did you see what I just read out to you guys? Oh, I would have taken Arsensio every minute. I'm reading the comments in a moment, but I need to have a second about this. He actually admitted that he was responsible. Look at that. Look at that. He's taking responsibility, lads. He's taking responsibility, lads.
Well, I'm not being funny, Abza. You had the whole week to train for West Ham. You're telling me you know how West Ham play. Don't they have normally football managers go to other rivals' grounds and watch their games, don't they? They'll get their scouts to watch their games now. So you're telling me, yeah, the scouts will watch West Ham play last week and they lost. Did they lose? I think they lost the last game before we played now. I think they played somebody and they lost.
Yeah, they lost last week. They lost against Bournemouth. Is it Bournemouth?
They lost against somebody last week. I can't remember.
I think it was Bournemouth they lost against. 1-0. Yeah.
And you're telling me that you had the whole week. You had Monday. You had no game during the week. You had no excuses. You had the whole week to prepare for West Ham. You're telling me that you couldn't realise that West Ham had a low block and then they didn't watch videos of last season how they played against us. The same squad as last season, only a few additional players here and there. Same goalkeeper, different defender. Wan-Bissaka's there now. But are you telling me that you couldn't do something where you could have put a striker, one of the young kids strikers on start him and put him to start the game and win the game? You're telling me you had a whole week to prepare for the game and now you're saying you're angry because I'm responsible. Of course you're responsible. You're the bloody manager, for God's sake. We're talking about responsible. Come on, man. It's your job. You're the second highest.
Paid a lot of money for it.
And you're telling me you could not work out how to beat West Ham at home. That's pathetic, man. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear that excuses.
I want to say something shameless right now, yeah? And
yeah.
I don't care. And you guys can clip it up, yeah? I've been saying Rashford, no. I would take Rashford now in a heartbeat right now.
Same.
I would take Rashford in a heartbeat right now. The performances I've seen him at Villa so far, yeah, I would take him in a heartbeat right now. I'm shameless. I am shameless.
I know the maddest thing is I'll take both of them, him and Asensio. Asensio's cooking for them.
Scored yesterday to win the game. He scored. He scored the winning goal, didn't he?
Scored twice.
Yeah, he scored twice. This is what I'm saying, man.
Rashford got 2 assists. And he got 2 goals.
Look at that.
Are you telling me that Rashford was not cooking at midfield instead of Trossard? He was cooking at midfield up front.
100%. 100%.
I'm telling you, he would have scored like
100%. 100%. And I'm shameless. I don't care. Anyway, so on to injuries having an impact. Let's get out the excuses. I refuse that completely because I'm talking about the standards of the players. Okay. And the team that we have played today, me included, 100%. We were nowhere near the levels that we have to hit to have the opportunity to win a Premier League game today. We were very consistent, yes, but football is about what you do today. And today it was nowhere near. So, manager's saying the right things right now, but it's all about the action. On Ethan Nwaneri going off, it was just fatigue, I think. That guy looked like he was limping, bro. That guy looked like he was limping when he came off, okay? On the lack of frontline options, we have to look in the mirror at ourselves and what we can do better. The will and desire and the way we run and the way we want it. Zero questions about that. But at this level, it's not enough. You have to deliver, and it has to be a lot of quality to break a real good team down to win many more duels than we have done and put actions that we can end up in really threatening moments for the positions to win the games, and we haven't done it. On what we do before now in Forest, first we will suffer for 24 to 20 hours and feel the pain. Yeah? Is it? So you're going to, okay, and make sure that we come back on Monday with that bite and that anger instilled in us for Wednesday. On how we play much better, it's my responsibility for the team to play much better than it did today. We have to play much better with much quality, much more interactions. It's not good enough. That's on me. On the team selection, I would do the same thing. Please don't do the same thing. I will play the same players, but when you lose, you get it wrong. The tactics, the intentions, everything. That's what I felt. I have to do what I felt. Nah, don't play the same. Don't play the same team. Don't play the same team. On the impact on the energy levels, hopefully it's a positive one because it's already very negative what the result brings and the consequences to that. So hopefully very positive, but to understand that we need to raise the level. On if you saw that performance coming, no, especially the way we trained all week, but this is football. Sometimes you see the warm-up and they're flat. Then the game starts and we're flying. I think the way the game started and how we presented the ball, giveaways, we never got there, but we had 70, 80 minutes to work on that. We certainly tried, but it wasn't enough today. I don't want to talk about that was a player that we could have been interested. We could have got for 35 million, 40 million. Did he play for Ajax or something?
Yeah, for Ajax, that's going to be 100 million for it now.
Yeah, I don't even want to read that. On the Premier league title race is not in our hands for me. I'm really, really annoyed with the things that were in our hands that we didn't do as well as we possibly could, and that's the performance. When this guy talks like this, yeah, I'm expecting there to be wholesales in the summer. I'm expecting him to get rid of a whole heap of players because you're angry right now, and I want you to be angry. I want you to be angry every game now. I want you to be angry in the summer, yeah? I want you to be calling out certain players, calling out certain, you know what, we need this in, yeah? We need a striker, we need this, because if you don't call it out, that means you're okay with it. That means you're okay with it. So you know what, yeah? Be angry, but stay angry, yeah? Stay angry. But I want you out of my club, to be honest, yeah? But I don't think you are going anywhere because you're going to finish in the top 4. So you obviously won't be going anywhere. On Lewis Skelly's red card, I haven't seen it back, but honestly, I would focus on what we have to do. I don't know if the decision was right or wrong. Yeah, I haven't seen it to evaluate it, but I think we should have done better today. It wasn't enough. You probably have seen it and probably just thought, you know what, it's a red card. On being a learning curve for Miles, I have to see the action back to evaluate it. On the supporters, I understand as well that we want it and we're trying so hard. We are against a lot of things and we have had a great opportunity today and we didn't deliver. I think that's human. You asked me many times what is ideal and what that team needs and how we overcome certain deficiencies we have in the squad. And it is the supporters being every single moment. That is my dream, but I'm not here to demand that of the crowd. Do you know what? You can't demand nothing of the crowd because the crowd demand things of you. The paying fans that go to every game, that, as you said, pay 80, 90 pound, you know, for, you know, a ticket, they demand more. Yeah. I don't care how flat Arsenal feel or think they are that day. Yeah. The fans pay money, yeah, for the experience. You know, they have like a weekend off to go and watch their favorite football team. They want to be entertained. If you're not going to entertain them, at least, you know, give them a result. And that's what's really disappointing about this club. You're not even going to Arsenal now to see a striker, you know, a big striker that, oh, do you know what? I've been waiting to see this striker, you know, all week. You're going to see a bunch of players that are nearly rans in a title that we are never going to win, but we're just here just for competition and just here to be a bridesmaid. I'm going to read out these last few comments. Do you have anything to say, Craig, before we head off?
I think it sounds serious. What I just said about what you said a minute ago about him getting rid of players in the summer. We need to have a massive clear out again this summer. Last summer did a clear out. We have another clear out again. He needs to bring in winners into the proven winners. None of these potential players. I rather go to the board and say, listen, back me 300 million in the summer or 250. I heard we got 250 million to spend in the summer. Sell a couple of the deadwood players, and that'll go up to 300, 400 million. We sell 2 or 3 players or 4 players at least, 5 players at least. That'll be another 100 and maybe 150 million. Just exaggerate, 150 million. That's 450 million you got, or 350 million you got. Buy quality, ready, top class players, and say to the players this season we have to go for every competition. None of this will go through the league and bottle it. Go every competition we enter next season, we go for it. If we get to a final, semi-final, get to a final and win it. Even a Carabao Cup, win it nice and early. Like this season, we've got to semi-finals. Win a cup trophy early. That's a statement trophy. We won something early. Second half of the season, go far in the Champions League as far as you can. Go far in the Premier League. Make sure we win all our games, as much games as we can, and try and challenge for the title again and win it this time. Every FA Cup, we won an FA Cup the most time. Man United one behind us now. Go for it and win that. Win every trophy you can possible next season. Do a statement. That'll be a statement to Arsenal, and then Arsenal fans will buy back into your philosophy. If you're not going to do that, then bring in that Inter Milan manager. I'll take him any day tomorrow. Him or Ancelotti, I'll take him any day now. Inzaghi at Inter. He's done a great job at Inter with that small squad that he had. Not massive. Hadn't spent millions on the squad, but he's able to work with what he's got and won the league with them last season and played good football as well. Even Ancelotti would have been a good, if Madrid get rid of him in the summer, he would be a good shout to go for as well, because he already got experience of winning Champions League. He's already won the Premier League at Chelsea and FA Cup at Chelsea, so he knows how to win trophies. So he would be a good replacement to Arteta. He could give him a 3-year or 4-year contract, and he can help these players get over the line. And he will get rid of their deadwood players as well that he doesn't think is suitable for the club. So he would cook for our team.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Let me read out these comments. Top Gooners abusing people can actually see this has been a disgrace from day one. Yeah, they're not innocent either. Cronkies have put in over 200 million in 17 years. That tells you everything about the owners. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I agree,
that's
man.
Crazy. Did you see Dan Potts' fan cam when one Arsenal fan jumped in and said, "We don't need a striker, we need a goal"? Really? I was watching a fan cam, but I think it was Lee Judge's fan cam. I was watching.
Okay, he
was and Kenny Ken was on there.
He was vexed.
You know Kenny Ken's in our group, yeah?
Yeah, no.
Yeah. You need to watch it because it gets worse. Raw, I need to see this, man. We need to go. You need to watch it. It gets okay. I need to. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna watch that.
I'm gonna search on YouTube after this.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at that. Look at if I find it, I'll send it to you. Look at Hans Flick at Barcelona. Yeah, cooking, bro.
Someone like that would be a good manager for us. He's a good manager. He won the trophy. Didn't he win the trophy at Bayern? Didn't he win the Champions League at Bayern? No, I'm sure he won the Champions League at Bayern.
I know he's won something at Bayern and stuff. So yeah, man, it's one of them ones. But do you want to shout out your channel, my brother, before we go?
It's 87. We do a weekly podcast called if you search on Spotify called One Kick from Glory. We have a weekly pod that's talking about football, talking about Arsenal, talking about all the top Premier League teams, and talk about the lower leagues as well sometimes as well. So we have a weekly podcast that comes out every week. So just check that out. Yeah.
And Craig's what's going on here? Craig's channel will be in the description anyway. Both channels, 87 and Into the Podcast. We will put that in there. So make sure you guys, if you're not subscribed to him already, make sure you guys go and subscribe to Craig from 87. But yeah, people, man, I only want to go for half an hour, but we had a lot to talk about today, man.
Oh, man, trust me.
Definitely, people. But listen, people, yeah, make sure you go and subscribe to Waffle TV. Lost a few subscribers, but you know what? Those we lose, we gain better. So, people, make sure you sub to the channel. Help us grow both channels, and hopefully you back here again next weekend. Is it Premier League next week? Or is it FA Cup?
FA Cup weekend.
Oh well, forget that then. We ain't there. Well, we got no games now. Then
we've got a game on Wednesday.
Who are we playing? Oh, we're playing Forest, isn't it?
Forest away, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, listen, if you're about next weekend, we'll have a show about the Forest game, innit? If you're about next weekend. If you're not,
I'm working on Wednesday. I'm at the Brentford game on Wednesday. So we want to do a podcast after when I come back. I don't mind.
We can do it. We can do it the weekend as well if you want, bro. You know what I mean? I don't mind talking about Arsenal. Yeah, we could do it on a Sunday if you're available. It's up to you.
Yeah, it has to be an evening thing. I'm working out.
Yeah, you're working, innit?
Yeah.
We'll sort something out.
We're doing the evening. Evening is fine. After work, I don't mind doing it after work.
All right. We'll look into that. Forest, look, AFC already worried for us will destroy us on Wednesday, bro. That could get embarrassing, that game, innit?
Listen, if you play like I played yesterday against West Ham, they'll batter us 5-0. I'm not even trying to take the piss. They will batter us. I'm telling you. We've got Nottingham Forest at home. They got ball. Alanga will rip our defensive shreds.
Chris Wood
will banging goals for fun. Like them man there, like Morgan Gibbs White, baller, absolute baller. You know, there's certain players in the Premier League I rate him. I rate that Morgan Rogers guy, Aston Villa. I like that Ramsey guy, Jacob Ramsey. Them guys are
yeah. Some ballers,
man. Ball, man. So if we don't pull our finger out, then we can get battered on Wednesday.
Bro, do you know what? This show is gonna become like Abs and Craig's what is it? scary stories, bro. That's what it's gonna turn into, boy. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
But anyway, people, yeah, you know what? We're gonna shake our leg and do one. Big up to everyone that came in today that's watching it on playback, and have a great Sunday afternoon. Who give us a quick score prediction before we go? I don't really care about today's game, to be honest. Nottingham Forest versus Newcastle.
Oh boy, I think it's gonna be a draw. You know,
You think that's gonna be a draw?
I think it's gonna be a draw. Cause Newcastle got battered last week 4-0 against Man City. They look hard.
Yeah.
Is it a Forest playing at home or they're playing away? Is it at home? Hold on, let me double check. Hold on. If Forest are at home, I fancy Forest to win, but if they're away, I think it'll be a draw, man.
I think it's.
No,
I'm sure Newcastle at home. Yeah, Newcastle must be at home because.
Newcastle at home. Newcastle at home.
Yeah. I fancy Newcastle to win that, you know. I think Newcastle will beat Forest.
I think if they need to, they want to have a foot for next season.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to go for a 2-0 Newcastle victory. What about you?
2-1 Newcastle victory.
2-1 Newcastle. What about the big one?
Forest definitely score.
Yeah.
Liverpool.
What about the big one? City versus Liverpool.
2-2 draw, man. Both of them can't defend properly sometimes.
2-2 draw, you know. I think City will win, you know.
City will win.
I think City gonna win. But we drop points anyway, so it don't really matter, does it?
Nah. And
that's what I'm saying, and that's gonna hurt us today because Liverpool gonna drop more points today.
And they're gonna
and we never won. Yeah, it always happens like that.
I know.
Always goes like that, my brother. But AFC always says he's off to Madrid with Saliba and Trent in the summer. I might be off to Barcelona myself, so you know what? It is what it is. But people, I'm going to be back here tomorrow, inshallah, with a watch along for the Galatasaray versus Fenerbahce game. Massive Turkish Super League game tomorrow. So make sure, it's derby, top against first against second. So that's going to be a massive game, and there's always some beef in that game.
Are you top of the league, aren't you? Yeah,
top of the league. So yeah, we're clear at the moment. I think it's about 4 or 5 points, but yeah, coach? You know those type of games. Huh?
Mourinho, your coach? Jose Mourinho is your coach?
Nah, he's Fenerbahce's coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, that's going to be a massive game tomorrow. Make sure you guys come and join me for that, man, because it's going to be a mad thing. And yeah, people, we're gone, man. And take it easy. Have a great day. Peace.